everyone. Hello. Welcome to another training today. I'm Ren Lopa, the CEO and co-founder of Wolf and Rabbit Inc. And today we are going to talk about something really exciting. Hi, Micah. That is, if you feel like you don't have time for marketing, I have some ideas on exactly what you can be doing, because it is just so important that we, first of all, know how we're spending our time, know where our time is going, and then also make sure that we are getting the most important things done. Because when our time is getting away from us and when we are focusing on all these other things, what happens is we're actually not growing, and then we're feeling frustrated because from our perspective, we're working really hard. We're doing all the things and then we're not seeing any results. Hey, Sammy. You guys, my brother's here. Say hi. So that's why I want to talk about, if you don't have time for marketing, then do these things that I'm going to share with you. So before we jump into that, I did just want to talk about something that is really on my heart, which is about, I've seen the memes. I've heard a lot of people talk about how, I got into this industry to just do hair, and now I have to be a social media expert. Now I have to be a content creator, right? And kind of the burden that they're feeling and kind of making fun of the direction our industry is going in. And what I want to just say is that there's no shame in not running your own suite or running your own business, okay? If you would be happier not marketing yourself, just having clients coming into you, I think that a commission salon or even our family discount chains, which are billion-dollar industries like Supercuts, they can have you fully booked by next week, and you don't have to stress about any of that stuff. Even a lot of commission salons are super great at doing their own marketing, and so they can actually feed you a lot of clients and all of that. So I just wanted to say that I feel like in the past couple of years, there's been a big focus on owning your own suite and becoming an entrepreneur and a business owner. And as many of you know, it sounds cool, right? It sounds sexy and glamorous, but it's really hard. And part of owning a business is always going to be growing awareness and turning strangers into clients. So I want you to really check in with yourself and understand that if that isn't for you, there is no shame. You're still an amazing stylist. You still have a place in this industry. You're still just as cool as the rest of the people out there. So check in with yourself. See how that feels. See what that sits with, because you don't have to build a career in any way that you don't feel comfortable, okay? So how can you really know if today's training is for you? Like I said, if you don't like marketing, you don't want to be a content creator, you think it's all a waste of your time, then this is probably not for you. But today's training is for you if you feel like you just don't have time to market yourself. You know it's important, you wish that you had the time, but you're just struggling to find that time. It's also for you if you tend to focus too much on urgent tasks and not enough on the most important tasks, okay? Like anyone else, it happens. These things just come up in the moment. Then we're putting out fires or we're tackling things for other people, and then before we know it, the day's over. Those things, those priorities we wanted to get done just don't get done. Today's training is also for you if you tend to procrastinate instead of just getting started on what you're supposed to do, right? Like anyone else out there spend weeks maybe dreading a task that ends up taking you 10 minutes. These are things that happen, we're human beings. This is also for you if you lose track of time frequently going down rabbit holes, right? I want to get a post done. I want to write some content or interact with my followers. You open up Instagram and then 3 hours goes by, you have no idea what happened, and you didn't do what you wanted to do. This is also if you tend to focus more on the fun tasks in your business and not enough on the important tasks. Again, we're kind of not doing those highest priorities, which might feel justified in the moment or feel okay in the moment, but as we know, when we're not growing, the money isn't there, it is super, super frustrating. And then lastly, today's training is for you if you're just feeling tired of not seeing progress, right? And if you feel like it's way harder for you than it is for everyone else. Okay, so you're so in the right place if that's what's been happening. And so what I want to do is share 3 different things, 3 different elements of how to really find time, make time, and then simplify everything that you're doing. Hey, Alyssa. So that's really the goal of this, is that, you know, it's like, I wish I could give you more time in your day. And if you follow these, like if you really take these seriously, you take a look at these different points, you will magically have more time in your day. And better than that, you'll be able to work less, have less priorities on your list, and actually get better results. So, sounds kind of clickbaity, or maybe you're skeptical of that, but it's totally true. So let's get into it, okay? So the first thing that tends to kind of steal our time, this is like a time stealer, is we really get in the habit of letting in the moment requests or in the moment things take over our planned priorities. So an example of this could be you sit down to do your marketing and you get a text from a client, okay? And then all of a sudden you're going through all of your client texts, you're getting back to everybody, and then before you know it, it's time for, you know, the client who just walked in the door. You don't have any more time, you didn't get your things done. So what we really need to try to do, and you guys, this takes discipline, okay? I'm not saying this is easy. It takes some discipline, but what I would like for you to consider doing is, first of all, when it comes to certain things like responding to messages and clients, I want you to have a pretty firm 24-hour rule when it comes to that, meaning a 24-hour response rate. So in any industry, a 24-hour response rate is very good, right? Like that is considered great customer service. So when a client texts you, I want you to try to release this need to reply instantly, okay? The next thing that I want you to do is, as people, maybe it's personal favors, maybe it is from your spouse, maybe it is business related, is the things that don't have a time frame, I want you to table them for at least 2 days, okay? And what we're trying to do is prioritize. And we're trying to make sure, and especially like for my moms that are out there, I don't have children, but I know it gets exceedingly more complicated the more people in your household. But it's like, everybody needs something. So if we want a reason not to do the task we don't want to do, it can easily be found and you can easily avoid it. So by putting in some intentions like, when new requests come in, saying, okay, got it, I'm on top of this, this will get done on Wednesday and it's Monday, still acknowledging, still being a kind human being, still doing someone a favor, but you're not letting it sideline and sidetrack what's so important to you. And with those client texts, you let everybody know I respond to texts within 24 hours. They text you, you know you're gonna get them tomorrow morning, okay? It's not a jump right now and do it. And I know that there's satisfaction in that, which is why we do it. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes we just feel so important, right? Like getting all these client messages. So it is a practice, but we need to make sure we're not giving our time away. Because then when the results aren't coming in and we're looking at our sales and we're saying, oh, if only I had time to work on my business, now you're going to realize that you really do. Now you're gonna realize it's there, you're just giving it away. Okay, so that's number 1. We are going to stop letting in the moment things take over from our biggest priorities. So number 2, now this is going to be a pain in the butt, okay? But I want you guys to try to do a time audit, okay? And I want you to try to do it for at least a week. You can even try to go a couple weeks, especially if you have rotating weeks or different things that come up. You can do it for a couple of weeks, but I want you to audit your time. So what this is going to look like is, okay, we spent an hour on our morning routine. I got to work an hour early. I did XYZ. I had clients in this time frame. It took me an hour to clean, then I left and I drove home. My commute is this long. My nighttime routine is this long, okay? So you're going to track all of your time. And the reason we want to do this is because usually when I start working with hairstylists and I actually show them what they should be doing on a regular basis, it's like they have been busy, but they've been spending all of their time on things that actually don't impact their business. Okay, so it's fun things, creative things, maybe it's even annoying tracking and things, but it's not actually like pushing your business forward in any way. So we want to do the audit so that we can actually get a sense of what in the world we're doing, especially for those of you out there who are building your clientele, so you do have gaps in your schedule. And you know, sometimes when I'm showing people what to do, it's like, oh well, I didn't have time to do that this week. And then the next sentence is like, and I only had one client, and it's like, what did you do? You know, like you had one client. So in the other gaps, what were you working on? Like, not to be rude, but to be a mentor, to be loving to you and to help like guide you forward. So this time audit is really going to help you have clarity, because when you look back on it and you say, hopefully honestly, right? It's not going to be pretty and perfect, but this is just about having a mirror to really see what's going on. If you see, oh, I created content for 20 minutes, but I consumed content on social media for, 6 hours this week. I mean, that is 6 hours that very well could have gone into building your audience, booking new clients, getting clients back in who you haven't seen in 6 weeks. Like, it's very, very eye-opening. So tracking your time and doing a time audit is huge. A free app that can really help with this is called Clockify, Clockify. And again, it's free and you really just clock in and clock out. It's very simple to use. And so that can be really helpful, but pen and paper, whatever works for you is gonna be great. The other thing that you can think about doing is also doing this in your personal life, because you guys know, if you've listened to any of these trainings before, that I'm a big proponent of like, our businesses are only as successful as the lives that we live alongside them, right? If we're miserable in our personal life, we are not going to be happy in our business, no matter how much money we're making. So doing this time audit in your personal life can also be super beneficial, because you can see, oh, I'm spending so much time on chores, for example, so that then you know, hey, maybe if I had somebody to help me with that, then this could be taken care of. And I would now have all of this time to go take a dance class or take my little girl on like a cute little date or something. Tara says, did you just do sign language? I love sign language. Yes, I learned the alphabet in 5th grade, and now I just like always, I always do it when I'm spelling something. It's like a habit now. Okay, so you're gonna do your time audit. So that is number 2. So the first thing that we are gonna do is stop letting in the moment things sabotage our biggest priorities. So number 2 is we are going to do a time audit, and we are going to be honest with ourselves. Where is our time actually going? Okay, and then the last part of this process, once you have the first 2 under control, this is what is really going to push you forward. And not only push you forward, but make your life so much easier, so much more beautiful. And that is, I want you to only focus on the tasks that actually make you money, okay? And what I mean by only focus on those is that there are essentially 3 tasks that you should be doing every day in your business in order to grow. And so for me, what I teach my students is every day, even if it's 20 minutes needs to be focused on those 3 tasks every single day. And if you even just do the 20 minutes, because it's in the right area, your business will grow. And then obviously the more time you spend on them, the better it goes. So what I noticed, similar to where is all your time going and doing the time audit, is the phenomenon of being so busy, of doing all of these things, and none of it is the right thing, right? Or none of it is actually pushing you forward. So a lot of times when I start working with stylists, they're spending all their time on, again, those things that don't really matter. So we really want to focus up. We want to simplify what we're doing, because it feels like it's a good idea to be everywhere, to do everything, to see something that a cool stylist influencer is doing and try to implement that now. But when we can focus, oh my God, not only are the results better, but our life just becomes so much more simpler. And then we're able to actually build that confidence back. We can actually start feeling really accomplished at the end of the day because we can see that everything is building. So in order to start doing this, we need to weed out all of the tasks that have no return on your time or energy. Okay, so in your time audit, some of that should start to become clear. Oh, well, I spent however much time researching a new color company or researching new headbands to put in my studio or something like that, right? That's not really pushing your business forward. A quick search or printing out some articles within like 10 minutes to read later, sure, but that's excessive. So we really want to see what tasks we're doing that aren't giving us a return. And then we want to focus only on the ones that do. So if you want to know what those tasks are, if you go through your audit and you're still unclear, I want you guys to message me. So DM me the word method. So Luxury Client Method is my signature program that now I want to say like 80 hairstylists and estheticians have been through. And in that program is where they really learn what are the things to be focusing on. What can I let go of? What do I need to tighten up on in order to start growing? And many of my stylists double in just 30 days. They've had like $20,000 raises in a year. Like, it is amazing what happens with the power of focus and knowing the right things to do. So my next round actually starts on Monday. I have a couple seats left. So if you want more details, if you want to hear what it's about and see if it's for you, DM me the word method, because right now I'm offering an amazing payment plan that is just $59 a week. This means that if you just signed 1 or 2 clients a week, you are having huge profit in your pocket as you go in the program. So I tried to make it super accessible, super reasonable, and I just hope that so many of you take this opportunity and join us. We start on Monday. So in there, you will be able to learn what those 3 tasks are. I even specifically write them out for you every single day so that you know exactly what they are, exactly what to be doing, and can implement them. And then on top of it, in the program, we worked like you have one-on-one access to me. So at any time you can reach out and we can troubleshoot what you're doing. We can fine tune your messaging. You can send me screenshots of things. Like, it is so much fun. So DM me the word method and check that out. Okay, so let's recap how we are going to find time to really do what our priorities are in our business. So the first one was to stop letting in the moment things take over our planned priorities. So once again, we are going to implement a not responding to client texts until the next day. So like a 24-hour response policy. We are going to tell our friends, family, coworkers, I'm happy to do that for you. I will do it in 3 days from now, okay? So you can still help people. You can still be an amazing friend and spouse, but give yourself space to protect your priorities and grow. The next thing that you're going to do is do a time audit. You're going to take the time to really be curious about where your time is going and the good and the bad of it, right? I'm sure you're doing a ton of things right. Hopefully you'll be able to identify a few places where you're losing time, where you can spend more time on personal hobbies that make you happy and on the things that are really gonna help your business grow so that it no longer feels like I could do well if I had the time. You know what I mean? You can actually just do it. And then lastly, the last step is I want you to really focus up on the things, the tasks that actually make you money and move your business forward. Okay? We're not gonna waste time. When we only have limited time, when we only have 45 spare minutes to work on our business, they're not gonna be spent on junk where at the end of the day, we're gonna go, what happened? I was so busy, why isn't anything working? No, we're going to know exactly what is going to give us a return and focus on those things. So that is how you can get your time back. That is how you can prioritize your business and growing. I hope that this was super helpful and that you guys reach out and DM me and let me know, what are you taking away from this? What surprised you? And just overall how you're feeling about it. I appreciate you all so much, and I am actually going to be hosting a live training now through Monday. So get excited. I will see you guys again tomorrow sometime, and I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful rest of your night. Bye.